going forward, and that's a response to the increased number of places at universities that this government has put in place.
Question number 8, the Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Primary Industries. What were the total line-by-line savings in Vote Biosecurity in Budget 2009 and 2010?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, the 2009 budget presented savings of $1.384 million in 09-10, $854,000 in 10-11, $688,000 in 11-12 and $610,000 in 2012-13. The 2010 budget presented savings of $2.635 million in 10-11, $2.27 million in 11-12, $2.275 million in 12-13 and $2.75 million in years 2013-14.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. If, as his frontline staff claim, staff shortages led to the Queensland fruit fly incursion, does the Minister agree that the $2 million thereabouts in savings made in 2009 from cutting staff was a case of false economy, given the fruit fly response so far has cost $1.4 million?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, the member is wrong to claim there has been a cut in biosecurity spending. What I have just said to the member is that total savings presented in 09 were $3.536 million and in 2010 were $9.45 million, a total of $12.99 million. However, the member must take into account spending on new initiatives in Budget 2009 and 2010, and that new initiative spending totaled a total of $35.528 million. The net increase of expenditure for Vote Biosecurity over the two budgets is in fact $22.537 million. The member needs to learn how to read budget documents.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, in reference to a new initiative, does the Minister agree with his own biosecurity staff that the direct exit policy allows passengers from Australia to be, quote, let out the door with just a basic check, relying on honesty, unquote, and that this is putting our entire economy at risk?
The Honourable David Carter.
No, Mr Speaker, I do not agree at all with a letter from a few biosecurity staff. The member again needs to realise the organisation is in the midst of wage contract negotiations. It's not surprising that they may make these sorts of allegations.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, does the Minister admit that he misled industry groups in giving assurances that detector dogs would provide the final check on passengers, given there have never been detector dogs in Hamilton or in Rotorua, none at Wellington since October, and only one to cover Dunedin and Queenstown?
The Honourable David Carter.
No, Mr Speaker, at no time was there ever an assurance there would be dogs operating at every international airport 24/7. The dogs are but one aspect of the biosecurity system, and that member continues to do serious harm to the biosecurity system when he continues to criticise not only the people that operate it extremely well, but the system itself.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, is the Minister aware that according to his own frontline biosecurity staff, the media have been misled by biosecurity officials about the interception of goods at Auckland Airport, and if so, what action is he going to take to address this?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I am aware of a letter, signed, an anonymous letter, to whom it may concern, claimed to be from a few biosecurity staff. That letter, in my opinion, is full of inaccuracies.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, does the Minister's own letter dated June the 13th, in response to a constituent, stating that there will be more dogs and inspectors on the front line in time for the peak summer season, incorporate a message for all fruit flies, for all pests and diseases, that until that time, the border is clear and open.
The Honourable
Mr.
David
Speaker,
Carter.
we have certainly got a large dog training program underway because that previous government did not put the resources into training detector dogs. We have also advertised Mr. Speaker, advertised for 40 new staff, 35 of those to be at Auckland Airport and 5 of those to be at the Wellington Airport.
Question number 9, Nikki Kay.
Mr. Speaker, question to the Minister of Education. What commitments has the government